is Roberto Martinez. I own a marketing agency called Braven Agency, and I own a software company called Smarts.
My name is Reina Maldonado.
Mi nombre es Ofelia Barajas.
We're both the owners of La Guerrera's Kitchen.
Well, I didn't have a choice. Corporate America wouldn't take me. I didn't fit the norm. I loved the space, but didn't fit the norm of working in corporate America. And more than anything else, I realized very quickly that I was making a lot of money for a lot of people, but not my community. And so once I realized I was making multi-million dollars for multi-million dollar companies, but not the people that I grew up with, not the people that I cared for, I realized I needed to make a transition. And so that's where my journey started. I saw my mom, she's a solopreneur, my aunts, solopreneurs. I'm like, why am I not helping them? Why am I helping people that are already ungodly rich? So that's how it started.
We migrated here in the late 90s. My mom was a street vendor for 15 years. We decided to start our business out of necessity. A lot of it was just being undocumented here in this country and realizing that we have so much talent. My mom's recipes, a lot of them are really strong memories for a lot of people who leave their home. And so during our upbringing in the mission, we realized that a lot of specifically immigrant men would love her cooking. And I think it was because it reminded them of home. And so I think also just being immigrant woman here and realizing that we could, open a business and make it happen. I think a lot of it too was just understanding how important the recipes have been that they migrated here with us and how we can share that with people.
That's the reason I exist. I come from a culture that's very community focused. It's one of those things that you just grow up thinking about the community, the group, as opposed to the individual. And in certain cultures and certain systems, economic or otherwise, that is a drawback, but I think that's a strength for us because it helps us really understand the value that we can provide and how we serve others. And that's important. How do you serve others? At the end of the day, your legacy is going to be not about you, but about how you helped out the collective group.
La comunidad me ha apoyado mucho y gracias a ellos estamos aquí. Yo inicié vendiendo tamales en las calles, en el área de la bahía que es San Francisco. Sin la comunidad y los apoyos no estuviéramos aquí.
We have a really strong community. I think, our story, who we are, the flavor that exists here at home, right? So much of our following has been community organizations, people who bring their families here, people who bring their mothers because their my mom's tamales are taste like theirs.
I realized there was a digital divide. This is 2016, 2015, 2016, and a lot of Latino, African American, minority businesses did not have the tools necessary to scale and grow. And so I wanted to bridge that digital divide. I realized that my mom would never have a website. My tias would never have a website. Certain friends of mine that loved the hustle would never have a website because they didn't know where to start. And I'm like, I know how to do this. I could help out those individuals. And a lot of people said, you know what? There's no money there. I'm like, it doesn't matter. If you build it, they will come. An online presence is more important than ever because of where are most people going? Online. What happened during COVID? The whole world shut down. And so now more than ever, it's important for our business community to be online. Why? To sell to customers when they're waiting in line, when they're at their friend's house, when they're jumping on that bus or driving to Tia's house, whatever it happens to be. People are buying all the time. We need to get our businesses to be there so that the customer can buy from them.
Having an online presence has really helped us expand ourselves in many ways. I think part of our opening was us announcing a day before, like we're gonna open up, and then realizing that people were really listening, people were really following us. It really hit us until we realized how much people reshared our post or our story, and being able to really put ourselves out there, and have that confidence and let go of that fear also has helped.
I think crawl, walk, and run, right? If you're just getting started, let's not spend any money. Let's just get you on the free platforms like Google Business Profile, Facebook Business, Instagram, LinkedIn, just so that you could get people coming into your funnel so that they could buy from you. See if your idea works. Then you could invest a little bit more, start creating some social media presence, paying a little bit more for a website, and then maybe even running advertising.
Some of the things I wish people would have told us is to really trust yourself, make that post, play around with different apps, editing apps. Don't be afraid to mess up. I think a lot of our videos, you can tell also in our flyers when we first started, like what they look like now.
Paid ads is something that's super important for any small business to think through. I would say you have to create the house. You're not gonna invite friends over to your house if there's a mess. So you have to clean that house before you invite friends over. Same thing with your business. Do you have an online presence? Do you have your business listings up? Do you have a website? Once you have all those little things fixed, then you can invite people into your house. You can invite people into your business through paid advertising. It's really important to understand your customer. You have to identify who is your important customer and why they're buying from you and why they're not buying from you. So talk to them. You have to really understand why they said yes to you and why they said no to you. Once you understand that, you can really target the message. No one walks into the room and starts screaming. Everyone talks as an individual, and you value that person as an individual, you treat them as that individual, and you attract them as an individual.
I wish that someone would tell us to study our post times and the best ways to understand your audience and to put content that is relatable to you, right? To really understand also what people are engaging with, right? And if one like is better than no like, really trust yourself to post that video or a picture.
And the best type of content is organic content. And if you're gonna have a variation of type of content, it comes to price, how much money you have to actually spend. But if you can spend it, video is gonna outperform all other mediums. So video is probably the first, imaging is the second, and copy is the third. But nowadays, you can use amazing third-party platforms like Canvas to create videos at no cost. So there's a lot of free tools out there. It's just up to you and your creativity. So 3 great tools: Canvas for creative purposes, for online presence, Google Business Profile. I absolutely love being online. 80% of customers go on Tío Google when they have questions. Absolutely awesome. And then social media, you want to reach your tíos and tías, get on Facebook.
The main one that we use is Canva. We are able to create flyers on that. We are able to create a lot of our posts with text on there, but then also, Adobe Editor is one of them. Instagram. That one has been with us since the very beginning of our business. We're now getting into TikTok. A lot of it is, my mom being the star and me following her with the cameras. Facebook is also really good. A lot of our family keeps up with the Facebook, in Mexico. So, yeah.
There's never a thing as too much content. You always, always, always want to tell your story. Good or bad, you want people to know who you are because it does what? Build trust. The reason there's not enough content in the world is because we want to know your story. We want to trust you. How do you do that? By creating tons of content. It's really important to understand why you have a social media presence and what is the goal of that social media presence. There's a ton of goals. It could be just branding. Hey, I exist. It could be, hey, I want you to come and buy from me. It's really important to build those funnels and start talking to customers and saying, hey, this is why you should trust me, and here's why you should buy from me. So having that conversation, it's a dialogue, and that's super important. You always want to think about who are my partners in this journey. No one gets there alone. You have to think about different third-party friends and family members that are part of Organization X or Organization Y, like a CDFI.